I'm embarrassed. I screwed up. I am a bit stupid today. I think I'm letting this place get to my giddy head at the moment. Good morning everyone, and what a beautiful morning it is. I'm Turanian, and if this is your first time joining me, a very warm welcome to you. And for those returning, as always, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't seen my channel before or any of my videos, I'm all about having adventures and playing around in the great outdoors. Mainly mountains. The colder, the snowier, eventually, the better. And with that in mind, today's video is a training walk. Training for a winter ascent of one of the UK's highest peaks. Today I'm in England, in the lakes. For you guessed it, Scafell Pike. This will be my third time on this mountain on my channel. In fact, third time ever in my life. The first time was a training walk up the, I'll call it the tourist path from the Wasdale Lakehead car park, the usual route up the steps, which I call them, the never-ending steps, the zigzags, the rock and boulder fields up to the summit. The second one, of course, on the Three Peaks Challenge itself, which I managed to complete just a few months ago. And that one was done in the dark when I was here. So I feel like I haven't given the lakes much love. Today, I'll get to see it a little bit differently. The idea of the winter ascents is to not take the touristy, easy, quick paths. I'm not going to be on a time limit when I do it, so I'm going to do each mountain, one per day, over 3 days. I'm going to pick the most challenging or the more challenging, difficult, more interesting routes, rather than the quick, easy routes that you'd do on the day if you were doing the National Three Peaks. I've had lots of suggestions. I've seen lots of videos of different routes up this mountain. I've Googled it. What's the most technical, tricky, difficult route up to the summit of Scafell Pike? And there's a few that come up, but the one that just kept coming up time after time after time, as well as it being a suggestion from one of my viewers, was a corridor route. Apparently it's one of the most technical, tricky, difficult routes up to the summit. So I thought, do you know what? I'll try the corridor route because it sounds fun. The route I have planned is around 7 kilometers up to the summit today, with about 933 meters of elevation. Part marked on the map as the corridor route looks like it's only about halfway along. Up to that point, I think there's multiple ways you could get there. I've just chosen this route because it looks pretty. There's consideration to the crossing of the river. I might be third time lucky at the summit. I might be able to get a glimpse of the view from the top. Just beyond the river there, the other side, there is actually more of a path. So that may be the official path, if there's an official path. But you know me, you know the point of this whole thing. This is the path. This is what it looks like. Snow or not, it's just far more interesting than just walking on a paved path. But if I do come this way, I will come this way. Because that's worth it. That is where the path ends. That down there doesn't look safe to me, I don't like it. Too angled. So this looks like the first scramble of the day up to that gate there, to continue on the path. Good choice so far. I'm going to get stuck in, I'll see you at the top. I made it to the gate, and there's more. This is like proper scrambling, this one, and I've got that view to keep me entertained as I go. This is a proper good route. I'm really enjoying this so far. Absolutely brilliant shout. I'm definitely coming this way. This is amazing. That was brilliant. I really wasn't expecting that. Really nice surprise when a route just gives you something that you just wasn't expecting that's fun. Any scramble's good fun, you know that on my channel. I love a good climb and a scramble. So I've reached the top of this little bit here, and my path seems to go back downwards now and around there. It'll probably go up again. Well, it will go up again, obviously, from here. But yeah, it looks like kind of normal paths from here on, but if this is just the start, I'm sure there's more scrambling and climbing and fun to be had. So I'm going to see what's around the corner. So I just got to continue up this valley another just over 1 kilometre, I think, and then I kind of meet a switchbacky type thing, kind of double back on myself almost, and then curve around and up the part of the path marked the corridor route. Everyone's on the other side of the river here, but I'm sure at some point
I will join with the hordes up to the summit.
So I know I'm getting over heavily reliant on GPS. Plotting this route the other day, and if you ever use OS Maps, you can use the snap function. It's snapped to this footpath, but it snaps slightly to the left. And the silly me, I'm following the red line that it gave me, and not the green footpath line, which is up here. So, I mean, it's not a big deal, it's just there and here. But it's something I gotta remind myself to be careful of. I think, as much as I know I can map read, and I'm okay at map reading, you know, the skills of map reading, getting bearings and things, I know how to do it, I've done it, but not for a while. And it's like anything, you don't do it for a while, there's going to be an element of skill fade. But you know what, if I do this in lesser weather, it might not be a bad idea to brush up on my compass following skills, you know, getting bearings and following them. It can't hurt. So yeah, it's just a case of not just training to walk these routes, but training the skill set as well. It really doesn't get much better than this. Unless you get it inside your head that you're looking at the peak and you're thinking, I've got to go up there. And as soon as it starts getting hard and heavy, the walking, you think, oh, not me though, I'm loving it. I love this. It's so good, again, as always, to be out of the hustle and bustle and away from the chaos of humanity. I mean, I don't mean to come across as a misanthropist, I do in my videos. I mean just crowds and groups and the hustle and the bustle of humanity. Just the busyness and stress of it all. You know, people are generally quite nice to say at least hello, some of them even with a chit chat. But I did say this is one of the friendliest mountains. And again, we're off season, so it's a little less touristy, but it does bring a different type of people. And I'm not going to say it, Instagrammers and social media influencers and stuff, I'm hardly that, but I'm a YouTuber. So I can't really speak, but you know, I'm doing this because I want to be out here, and I'm bringing you along because, well, I enjoy doing it. And I know at this point in time, as I speak, and I checked last night, 170 of you enjoy it as well, again and again. I'm talking about subscribers. I made a vow to myself, I'd never really talk about subscribers. The only thing I've ever done on my channel is, oh my goodness, that's one for the bloopers. The only time I've ever referenced subscribing or subscribers on my channel is just to put a little click square circle dot thing at the end of my videos sometimes, for those people that stay that long. But if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, don't subscribe. There you go. All right, now I've done that reverse psychology. All right, those of you who are still here, you obviously like my videos. So if you want to track my progress and watch me scare the shit out of myself in ever increasing situations where the weather scares me, the walks that I do scare me, everything that I do scares me, way outside my comfort zone, but not my ability. That's the important thing. Then come and have a look, have a laugh, learn something, learn from my mistakes, learn from my successes. I've been doing this for a year now, just over. It's hard work. Sometimes I feel like giving it up. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I enjoy it, I think maybe I'll just forget the camera and come walking. But then another person subscribes and a few others. And I think, you know what? It is worth it. People are liking this. The odd subscriber here and there is enough for me to think, yeah, people are liking this. I'm gonna carry on. And after a while, I'm like, I need to do more, I need to do better. So I'm only, I hope, going to improve, because I do enjoy it. So the more people that watch, the more people that subscribe, the more I'm going to feel like it's worth the effort, and I'm going to carry on and do better, go further, go higher, go colder, do all the things I said and more. Yeah, I'm loving this route. This is so pretty. I'm going to double check my route, but there's a lot of people heading up that way, up and around there. Whichever way I go, this is so pretty. It's almost cozy like. Get a really nice feeling about being here. I felt I had a love-hate relationship with Scafell Pike, and the lakes just weren't doing it for me. I didn't spend a lot of time here. I was here, Scafell Pike, back, go. Same on the 3 peaks. I'm just feeling a little bit of love growing for this place already, but it's not difficult. I mean, look at it. This place is just stunning. So I'm indeed at the switchback, which is my route, which takes me up and around the back. That cosy looking route that I was talking about. Just the thought of it gives me excitement. I'm a simple man. This one called Terranian. That's me. Terrain. Terran, earth, all that sort of stuff. It's all I need. It's what makes me happy. And being out here, it's amazing. Just getting one of those highs. Just don't mind me. I'm just getting one of those outdoor highs. You know when you get a runner's high or anything like that, you know. I'm just getting one of those highs. I mean, who wouldn't? Look at this. I'm just standing right in front of all of this lot. This is beautiful. I'm being a bit of a hypocrite now because I think I'm the loudest person here, even though I'm kind of speaking quite quietly. I can see a couple of gullies over here and I'm thinking, would they be good? You know, would they be doable? I'm very tempted to just sack off the route or at least go and investigate. Yeah, let's go. Let's have a look. Because so far, apart from that little scramble, it's not particularly technical. So we'll see if I can find something a bit more interesting for the winter ascent. So I'm just eyeing up this gully here. It's all scree. I imagine there's an element behind there I can't see as a scree, and then it probably gets a bit technical. I don't know, it depends on how steep it is. I'd have to go right down and have a look. I reckon I can have a look from the top, have a look down and see if it's not too scary. Fuck it, I'm gonna go and have a look. I'm here all day doing a recce. I'm doing the route, but I'm doing a recce as well. So let's go, just go and have a look. Just had a great idea. I'm not being lazy. Work harder. No, smarter, not harder. I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to get some lovely epic drone shots, and I'm going to use the drone to recce the gully. Just as you can see there, up the gully, it's just scree. I have seen people go up to just to the right of it. It's not always a good idea to follow people, but if they're making it, there's at least a chance. So I'm going to go off to the right of the gully there and see if I can make it up to the summit that way. It's worth an hour or so just to find out. Of course, bearing in mind that if I want to do this in the snow, it's going to look very, very different. It's very steep, so there's obviously avalanche risk. Just general sliding and slipping risk, even with you know, ice equipment and axes and stuff. It's still accessible, but not an official path. So, you know, that's the spirit of this channel. I'm going to try and have more of an adventure than I come out for if I can. Find something a bit more challenging to push me a little bit more, and I think this is what I've been looking for. So there's the gully close up. It looks very inviting, actually, I'll be honest with you. Just because I can't see what's up there, I'm just going to go to the right here, which seems to be a more favourable path. I'm just about to go across the river here from the gully. Not only am I going off my route, so I'm taking a completely new route. There's no path where I'm going. I mean, there's a path here, you can see, which is encouraging, but on the map there's nothing after here as I go left. So kind of uncharted, but not really. I'm gonna head up, see how far I get. Yeah, see if I can make it to the top. Quite excited. Well, I'm rather embarrassed. Follow the red line, not the green line, Mr. T. That is, I'm embarrassed. I screwed up. I am a bit stupid today. I think I'm letting this place get to my giddy head at the moment, because I thought, all right, I'll get up here and I'll see if, you know, there's a path, or if, because there's a paved path where I'm on, and I'm thinking that's not on the map. And then I look at the map, it's like, oh, there is a path, and the red line's on the path. That must be my route. And then I'm thinking, where am I? Yeah, this is the start of the corridor route itself. All of that faff, getting the drone up, seeing if the gully, you know what, I should try the gully, shouldn't I? It did look all right, didn't it? I will see if I can get a look in, but this path is taking me away from it. And to be honest, that gully doesn't lead up to Scafell Pike, which I also thought I saw. I didn't. I believe the one behind me I think is called Great End. Scafell, I haven't even seen it yet. I'm getting myself all in a muddle. I'm getting absolutely far too giddy with this place. But you know what? What's the problem? You know, I'm not lost. I'm not on the wrong path. I've not got myself crack fasted or in trouble anywhere. I'm happy. I'm not hurting yet. My feet are good. So what the hell does it matter? It does mean that I need to, I think, hone my navigation skills a bit more. I'm overly reliant on GPS, and also not. Funnily enough, I'm being a bit weird by saying that. I'm going to keep moving anyway. I think the reason I've been hesitant to do map reading on the channel is because it's incredibly difficult. I need to be an octopus to do the compass, the map, camera and everything else. So that's why, but it's obvious that I need to brush up on my navigation. I'm not as good as I used to be, therefore I'm not as good as I think I am. But like I said, ultimately, the goal is, well, the ultimate goal is to have fun. That's the main thing. But you need to be safe doing it. So I am safe, I'm not lost, I'm not in trouble. I'm just a bit thick. So this corridor route now, I've got a couple of K to go still, quite a few, so maybe there'll be a bit more technicality coming. Okay, slightly more interesting bit technical, edgy, quite like it. So this is coming up trumps now. You know, more like this, and although we're in business now, this is probably the route. More like this, and we're in business. Oh wow, I literally just looked back at this view. Look at that. Like I said, through no fault of the lakes themselves, I haven't grown to have a lot of love for this place, and I know it deserves it, and I knew it was coming, and I knew I had to give it a chance, and I'm upset that it took so long, but here we are. This place is amazing. I'm in love with this place. I am in love with this place. I don't need to say any more. But it's further than Wales here. It's further than Wales. What a crime. Why do I have to live where I live? The rain is definitely coming in. Look at that, just feeling a few spots on me. Time to waterproof up, I think. Before I do, I'm just going to show you where I've got to. So where am I going? The corridor route goes up this way, up this scree V valley bit, and up on the ridge and up to the summit. This is Scafell Pike, not the summit, but it is part of the mountain. Just up this little scree bit, and up and up and up. Half an hour or so, I'll be on the summit. I'm going to declare 100%. This is what I'm looking for. This is going to be just enough. So yeah, 100%. I'm going to be taking this route in the winter. I hope I get to the top before I have to put my waterproofs on, because I'm going to get absolutely drenched inside and out if I have to do it before I get to the top there. Absolutely spot on. That's going to do just nicely, especially if there's any snow. It's proper steep, technical, just what I need. So yeah, just up here along the ridge. It seems like any approach for this mountain to the very summit is hard going. Feels like this mountain doesn't want you up there, but I'm going to beat it today again. But I'm going to keep moving because standing still is very cold in this wind and rain. And I don't want to put my waterproofs on just yet. It's not too heavy, the rain, but I will just cook. No mountain makes me more tired getting to the summit than Scafell Pike. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the last bit to the summit. It's always, regardless of which way you come from, it's always a hard slog. But I can see the wind shelter at the summit. I've made it. Just got to look for the trig point, and then it's official. Hello again, old friend. Well, I've made it, despite all my navigation gaffes. This is going to be the route I'm going to take. That was superb. I really enjoyed that. That last bit was a bit of a slog, but that's the whole point of it, I guess. Have a quick bite to eat. I'll start heading back. It's always, or is often, in the UK on the tops of mountains. It's very cold standing around. So I'm going to retrace my steps, dare I say, without looking at my GPS. See if I can find my way back from memory. See how it goes. Always a relief to get off the end of that. Scree coming down is always worse. We're coming to the end of it now, back onto the more mountainy path, which is going to be nice leisurely walk back. Just look at that. Just a nice leisurely walk back on the mountainy path back to the car now. Just look at that. I think it's making up for the lack of views at the top. All this stunning weather now. The way the clouds are just whipping up around in the valleys and the gullies and everything else, and then you can see the other peaks and summits and valleys behind, layers of cloud. And I think this is just as exciting and interesting. I mean, I'll take this over the view from the top, and a bit of sun as well over there. A bit of sun shining through. This is absolutely superb. This is amazing. This just makes it for me. Look at that. It's otherworldly. It's absolutely beautiful. Another beautiful picture painted by Mother Earth. Can't get enough of it. So I'm off the bit of the map marked as the corridor route. It's just back there that I branched off thinking I was going on an epic uncharted adventure, but ended up actually just following the red line where I was meant to go. But there you go. That's for another day. I just got this mountain path left to go. I'm not sure if I'll branch off and avoid the scramble down where the waterfall is, just because it's coming down there was treacherous. I slipped 3 times. Yes, twice on my arse, once just a little bit. I think the rocks get a slight coating, a film of mud, and when they get wet they're just like ice, and it's been horrible. I've had to take the slowest of steps. It's taken me 2 hours just to get here. It really is ridiculous. So I'm going to take the easy path back. If I can make it back to the car, I just have to pick a route. If I can trust myself to do it. So that's really it from me for today. Just turned out to be, after an initial yay and then a little turned out to be incredible. One of my favourite routes actually, especially with the weather the way it is today. I could take the rain. I've always said that, I don't mind the rain. This weather, the clouds, it just creates so much atmosphere. I mean, look at that. Look at that. And this now is my favourite route, although I've only done 2 up to Scafell Pike now. This is clearly my favourite. I really enjoyed that, and I'm definitely going to use that as my route in the winter when it's hopefully got at least a little bit of snow and an interest to it. Thanks everyone for joining me on this brilliant day out today. A couple of learning points. Definitely the navigation needs a brush up. So that's all from me as I head back to the car in the rain, in the clouds, in this amazing valley, and I hope to see you on the next one. Laters.